Everywhere you go, there seems to be somebody who has a marketing blueprint, a marketing process, a marketing system, a marketing tried and tested, whatever, 3 steps, 10 steps, 12 steps, ebook. And as accountants, you look at these and go, is that for real? Like, is there actually a marketing way? Or do you just try stuff and kind of check your numbers and see how many clients and leads are coming in? And if you have more clients and more leads over the long run by doing this thing, then this thing seems to work and we'll keep doing more of it. We wanted to know the answer to that question too. We wanted to know at PF what it was that caused some accounting firms to get to this beautiful place of all these leads and the right kind of leads, a high quality of them, a drip feed just coming in almost from like they don't even know where from. And then there were these other accountancy firms that were also doing marketing, but it didn't seem to be working so well, or it was taking a long time, or it was a struggle, or they would try something and it wouldn't work, and they'd try something else and it wouldn't work. And interestingly enough, our intention in looking at this data was not to say, let's create this image and this map and this way for accountants. We just wanted to know. We wanted to look for patterns and see why some firms were getting these amazing results and some firms were not. Because when we looked at it, some firms were spending a lot of money on marketing and some were not. And that was not the distinguisher. It wasn't about the amount of money. Some people were investing personally in their own marketing. They were writing content, they were doing stuff on their own website, they were trying things. That wasn't the distinguisher either, although it is a big impact if you're involved personally. We find that that's an element of it. But that alone wasn't it. It wasn't the people who outsourced it or the people who did it themselves or the combination. It wasn't the amount of money. It wasn't certain things. It wasn't that all the accountancy firms who did Facebook ads or all the accountancy firms who had these pages on their website. Those weren't the patterns. The patterns that we found, and this is what resulted in this marketing map that we've created, were the stages that the firms went through, the core foundational elements that they paid attention to, ideally in a particular order. And that was the thing that struck us. We kept looking at, over the past 7 years of running PF, and only 7 because that's how long PF has been in existence. Although I personally have worked with accountants all over the world for many years before that. I'm a qualified accountant myself. So all the data that we looked at, all the firms that were getting that great level of success or weren't, contributed to these patterns. And the result is the marketing map that says, here are the stages that the firms at the highest performing level always went through. They didn't always go in a perfect order. Some of them started and went, whoops, I got to go backwards. Some of them put a little more attention and more time and more money at the beginning. Others did things themselves, but all of them didn't skip steps. And the firms who struggled, the firms who didn't get results, the firms who got results for a little bit and then it didn't happen, or got frustrated, or spent money here and spent money there and jumped all around, those firms we found that were struggling, that weren't getting the highest quality leads, that weren't getting the kind of clients that they really wanted and who partnered with them and respected them and wanted to work with them, those ones, they were skipping stages. They were saying, I don't need marketing training. I don't need to be personally involved in my own marketing. I don't need the team involved. I don't need to spend money here. I don't need to spend time there. I know what I need and it's this. And as we looked at it, we saw these patterns and we saw the things that worked. And then we ended up creating this image, this map, this structure, because we saw that there were patterns that if you follow wherever you are in your marketing journey right now as an accountant, an accounting firm, I don't care if you're right at the beginning or you've been doing it for 100 years with lots of offices, these are the stages, because when you pay attention to these, ideally in this order, but even if you go a little out of order, when you pay attention to these things and don't skip them, you will every time get to that beautiful place of lead generation with the highest quality clients and prospects, the ones who respect you, the ones who appreciate you, the ones that you like and want to work with, the ones that are willing to pay you because they value what you deliver. You will actually get to a place where there are more leads than you know what to do with. We've got countless clients that have come to us after a year, 2 years, or 3 years of working with us and going through this process in these stages. And they have said, actually, every client, every potential client is highly qualified. It's the kind we want. Now what do we do? And we say, that's a wonderful problem. Let's sort that out with a qualifying process and a waiting list and onboarding and all that. But what a lovely problem to have. Wouldn't you love to have that problem? You know, I have so many leads and all of them are good. Well, the marketing map is the answer to getting to that place. And I can't guarantee the length of time or the amount of money that you spend on it, whether you invest in it personally, in terms of your own time, get the team involved or outsource or whatever. All those things are variable. But what does stay the same is these stages and how you pay attention to them. So this is the marketing map. This is it. This is the visual summary of those stages and the order in which you need to go in order to get those high-level results. And this map is what we are going to be discussing in this free webinar that we're running. And we're going to talk you through each of these stages, why they're so important, what happens, what the consequences are if you skip one, and will help you to figure out what stage you're at in your marketing journey with your firm. Not everybody necessarily is exactly at this perfect place at the beginning. Some of you have addressed some of these elements and you feel a little all over the place. So we will orient you to where you are on the map and then give you the clear direction as to where you want and need to go so that you get to that beautiful place of the very best clients, the ones that trust you and like you and value what you do and actually come to you with what feels like no effort on your part whatsoever. Like you literally don't know where exactly they came from because they've just heard of you, they've seen things, they got referred, whatever. It's a combination, but they say, now I'm ready, and it's merely a matter of what are the services I want, how much does it cost? That place is possible. That is the place that many of our clients are at now because they have gone through this map. There's a video from Jonathan, one of our clients who has gone through the marketing map. And we didn't even have this beautiful visual at the time he started with getting training and then moving to brand website. But the principles and the structure and the elements have been there for years. Now we have a visual and we want to show this to you so you can see the direction that you're going and the place that you're heading to and know that you're heading on the right path, in the right way to deliver what it is that you actually want. So to find out how this marketing map applies to your firm specifically and what stage you are at and where to go next, join us for our free webinar and I look forward to seeing you there. Bye.